If you can believe that. We're here live from video games. We're live from inside of video games. Right now we're at the Sony booth. I'm Tim Rogers with Kotaku.com. If you remember, we were at the Nintendo Switch booth just a minute ago. Quite remarkably, at this year's E3, you will notice that this... I don't know, some guy just yelled something strange. That's something you're going to hear a lot of at E3. So the Sony booth, Sony, the biggest seller of video games. They make I think the most cash out of them. Like, they got their booth right here. It's very blue and it's very, very cold and chill and sophisticated. And then you've got the Nintendo booth is very, very close. It is right there. It is right across the hall, and it is red and it is bright and it is fun looking. So it's kind of a neat contrast. So here we've got this Star Wars Battlefront 2 is being played in a very serious competition. You'll notice it is running at 60 frames per second. I don't know if that comes through on the stream, but you can see these games are straight up smooth. I think that's a 4K 60 FPS. Just beautiful graphics, a whole lot of Star Wars. All these people with these headphones on, they are hearing their favorite movie sound effects. Blasters, droids, Jawa Wahoos, explosions, R2-D2 bleeps, C-3POs yelling, "Oh my," to them. And it is just warming their hearts. Like, these people, there's a bunch of hot hearts in those seats over there. So let's see what else we've got. Over here, on the other hand, we've got another game that is number 2. Battlefront 2, that's a Roman numeral, versus Destiny 2. And Destiny 2 is, the interesting thing about Destiny 2 is, I think every person playing Destiny 2 right now is going to buy it. I don't think... and you can ask me questions in the live stream, by the way, everybody, if you have any hot burning questions that I can answer from this zone. So yeah, this is Destiny 2. So again, everyone playing it right now is going to buy it. Probably everyone playing it right now already owns the first one. How many of them play the first one every day? I don't know. A lot of them probably play it a little bit a week. Destiny 2 is, man, yeah, I mean, I'm going to play Destiny 2. Personally, I'm going to play it on PC. I like playing on the PC myself. So over here, you'll see we've got this new Uncharted, The Lost Legacy. They found the legacy, and then they charted it, and then they lost it again. So it was Uncharted, then it was charted. Now in this one, it's going to get recharted. It's going to be charted once more. The legacy was lost, but it will be found, and I'm eager to see what the legacy is. And then we've got this Monster Hunter World. So Monster Hunter World, when they announced this at the press conference, it was very difficult for me to not lose my bonkers completely. Because Monster Hunter was made on the PlayStation. Monster Hunter dominated on the PSP. It brought portable games to this new level. And then the Nintendo 3DS just kind of stole Monster Hunter. They didn't steal it. They probably, made a very nice money deal. But it's now Monster Hunter is back on the PlayStation, where it came from. That's huge news. Where Monster Hunter is enormous in Japan. Monster Hunter is going to be fantastic. And we've got over here, you can see this shack for this game. They've got these nice little setups, and we got Spider-Man over there on the helicopter. You see that? Look at that. Spider-Man was my favorite comic book as a kid, and that Spider-Man game looks really good. And I actually cried at the end of the trailer when it said it's coming in 2018, because
they should get a PS4 Pro just with a 4K Monster Hunter.
I would. So here's the thing. I have a regular PlayStation 4. I don't have a 4K TV, but somehow I will have a 4K TV and a PlayStation 4 Pro by the time Monster Hunter comes out. I don't know how. I might not buy it. I might not steal it. I will acquire it, and it'll be mine, and it'll be good. Yeah, so I mean, I would get it if you have a 4K TV. What else do we got? We've got more questions.
Any blue screens of death yet?
Any blue screens of death on the PlayStations? No, I have not seen any of those yet. I see them on my PC all the time. I think it's got something going on in there.
So we got to stay here to point out new games.
But what else? So over here we've got this Marvel vs. Capcom. We've got this Everybody's Golf. They used to call Everybody's Golf Hot Shots Golf in the U.S., but in Japan it's called Minna no Gorufu, which just means golf for everybody. Everybody's golf. I like that. See, if I were in charge of the brand, I would call it Everybody, Buddy, Everybody's Golf. But I'm an idiot, so what do I know? And we got Call of Duty, World War II. World War II was how the Call of Duty games started, and now they're back on World War II. Some people were complaining about that. They were like, what do they got to go back to World War II for? Look, man, it was one of the most important things that has ever happened in human history, like one of the top 3. There's a whole lot of stuff to learn from it. And let's start with the guns, you know what I mean? Let's start with the guns in 4K, 60 FPS. You know, that's what I would do.
VR games worth buying?
Any VR games?
Disappointed with Resident Evil and Sports Bar VR.
We've been told. Okay, we've got a question about: are there any VR games worth buying? Disappointed with you're disappointed with Resident Evil 7, man.
Apart from Resident Evil.
Oh, apart from Resident Evil. Okay, so Resident Evil 7. I have not played Resident Evil 7 yet, but I'm gonna play the heck out of it in VR when I finally get a PlayStation VR. But there's this Final Fantasy 15 fishing game where you're the characters in Final Fantasy 15 and you're fishing, and apparently there's like a plot and a story to it, and that's weird. I want to play that. That's strange. I would have. It's like, what is it called? Like Beast of the Deep or Monsters of the Everdeep or Deep Place, Dark Monster. I don't know, but I would have just called it Final Fantasy 15. That's what I would have called it, right? That should have been so obvious. We've got FIFA 18 4K 60 FPS on the PlayStation 4 Pro. So you got to make a big choice. Do you want to be able to play FIFA everywhere you go on the Nintendo Switch, or do you want to be able to make your house everywhere you go with the 4K 60 FPS? You can go wild with this, man. How's Madden 18? Man, where is Madden 18? I don't see it. I don't see it. But it's probably 4K 60 FPS. EA is made of money. Their building is made out of crystallized money. And we got Knack 2 over there. You can see everybody loved the first Knack. It sold, I think, something like 15 million copies. That's a joke. It was very kind of unpopular, and a lot of people made fun of it. But it's got a nice aesthetic. I don't know. It's a cheerful game. We'll make another one. And you got this Detroit Become Human. You see that over there? This game it's by that David Cage guy. He likes making cinematic games.
Thank you. One guy wants to know what Monster Hunter is. No trolling. Just curious why you're so hyped.
Why am I so hyped about Monster Hunter? Okay, so you want to. We've got a question. Why am I so hyped about Monster Hunter? You're not trolling. You're just curious. Monster Hunter is a very simple. Okay, so I'm trying to think of it in terms of when Monster Hunter came out. It was basically Destiny, but it was Destiny in 2004. Years before Destiny came out, where you and your friends, you meet up and you go out to go on a little quest, and it's hunting monsters, and you bring the monsters back to your village, and you craft stuff, and you have to choose your class, or you have to choose your weapons. You can have a bow and arrow or a sword or an axe or whatever. You can bring specific traps. You're limited in the numbers of items you can bring, and you've actually got to solve problems. The enemies are problems you have to solve, not just things you have to kill. And I mean, that's kind of exciting. So there's all these weird logistics in there. And as the games get more advanced and the graphics get better, it's more immersive, and there's more tactics, and there's just more going on. And then you take your loot back to your town, and you get to hang out in your sweet little barbarian town, and it's just full of cute creatures and characters. I don't know, man, it rules. And you get to kill dinosaurs. Amazing, very in-depth game, says Eduardo. Yeah, it's got the most depth of anything I can think of off the top of my head, and I love it, and I'm glad that it's going to be on my TV in cutting-edge graphics again. It's going to be on PC as well, PC and Xbox One. It's going to be on all the stuff. So I might get it on PC and play it in 4K 60 FPS. I don't know. I've never played a game in 4K 60 FPS, but I will. I'm gonna do it. And I think so. The only other thing that I can see from here, and we're stuck to this spot unfortunately, but Gran Turismo's over there. Ever since the very first E3, I scammed my way into in 2002 by making a website and saying I write on this website. InsertCredit.com. I didn't make the website. My friend did, but whatever. We snuck into E3. scammed our way in. There's just always been Gran Turismo. It's always been present. Every time there's a new PlayStation, they say there's going to be a Gran Turismo on it. And this one was announced long ago, and we've been waiting for years, and we still have no idea when it's coming out. But it looks beautiful, and it's 4K, and it's 60 FPS, and they've got these beautiful, weird cars that you sit down in with a 4K screen in your face and a force feedback steering wheel, and they give you just this premium experience. It's like the Mercedes-Benz of video game demo stations, because they're sitting you down in this beautiful ergonomic chair with this solid steel steering wheel, and it's just they know how to do it right. It's classy. You feel like you're in a car dealership for a moment, and then you come out of the game and you're back, and you know, you can play a World War II game or Knack 2 or whatever. But for a moment, you're there in the Carverse. What else we got? Anybody? Any more questions? You can ask questions. Just ask me some weird stuff. I don't know. I love weird stuff. I was born to answer weird questions. And then we've got this Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite over here, which, I mean, do you like when stuff gets nuts? Because if you do, I mean, this is what it's all about. This is basically how you doing? You doing all right? We've got a. Do you like Kotaku.com? No. Yes. Yes. Okay. What do you like most about Kotaku.com?
Well, the okay, I love the reviews. Yeah. I love the reviews. They are mostly exact what I'm looking for. They're very precise with the words, with all the explaining things and that stuff. Yeah, I love that.
Well, thanks for reading. Did you know that they very recently hired a guy to just do videos for them?
No. No.
That's me.
Really? You're the new guy. So.
Yeah, I'm here now. So I've got this, and then there's this guy. How you doing over there? He's doing all right. He gave me a thumbs up. That's good. Anyway, that's the PlayStation booth. I'm gonna play Gran Turismo later, maybe by myself. I'm gonna play it much later in the dark by myself in my house, but I'm gonna play it here, if you know what I mean. But yeah, we're gonna be back with a whole bunch more streams and such, right? I'm looking off camera to confirm that I'm Tim Rogers, Kotaku.com. And yeah, I'll be back whether you like it or not. I'm sorry. Bye. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to turn it off yet. Don't worry.